I'm Carly Sagita, and I've always had a fascination with the paranormal. Throughout my life, I've heard other people's stories about strange happenings until I finally had my own encounters. Out of optimism and just plain curiosity, I am joined by my co-host and brother Jose. Together, we'll venture out into the dark and mysterious world to uncover the possibilities of the supernatural plane. This is Lycos Radio. This is Carly, so welcome back to Lycos. Hope you guys are ready for a pretty crazy night. This is going to be a really scary night. And we were planning this, our return, our comeback to the stage. We're going to get that belt. We're going to pull a Mayweather. That fight was crazy though. I mean, yeah.
That was a pretty good fight.
Hell yeah, dude.
I mean, for some people, it was about half and half.
I liked it. It's pretty cool. Actually, I've never seen it. I just heard that Mayweather won it. I kind of figured, kind of knew he would. I mean, he was a boxer, like natural born, or, from what I've heard. And for him to go, but for McGregor to go into the ring with so much dedication and passion, like, I'm gonna get this guy. He almost did. I mean, I have no idea, but you never know. He could have almost did, dude. He lasted 10 rounds in 30 minutes. Or 30 seconds? Or 30 anus? I don't know. Just kidding.
Yeah, I agree with you. He lasted 10 rounds, and I think that's what Floyd wanted to do though. He wanted to test him, see how far he could go, and he fucking went. And Floyd being the boxer, seeing that he had the opportunity to dice him or whatever. But I do give Conor respect though, dude. I do. They're both good fighters. They're good champions.
Dude,
Conor's still the champ in UFC.
Fuck yeah. He's fucking badass, dude.
He's they both got their own styles and everything, but that was a good fight for both of them, I thought. But yeah.
Like that Conor Mayweather McGregor. We were feeling like McGregor there for a second, super pumped, but we gave you guys a 10 round and 30 minute show. But that's all gonna change. What we have in store for you: 3 videos every week. Thinking Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're gonna be doing our segment of America's Most Haunted Road Trip Edition, and we'll be continuing that. Just like tonight, we're actually filming these episodes back to back. So if we reference anything from for both of our episodes, that's why. We usually do that with a lot of our episodes. And then, apart from that, we're going to be doing one big topic. Me and Jose do 2 separate topics. And we kind of like inform each other on that topic. Couldn't find a word. And then, so we have a very special topic. And this is what this episode is. This is the topic itself. We're going to have a pretty great episode. A pretty scary one. Being Native American, me and Jose actually believe in these things. So after this video, we're definitely gonna need a good smudging. You know what I mean? That's what we want to do. Is we like to be scared, and we want to scare you guys. So if you're listening to this, trying to go to sleep, or you're on a late night drive, you're working, or you're working at a 24-hour place, and it's a graveyard shift, and we hope you're listening to this, because you're about to experience that paranoia.
Or you're on those long back roads, on those long rides, and you just wanted to tune into something, and if you possibly found this, you guys are in for something great, because we're kind of gonna give you a little insight on both of these topics, and for some people that may know this, it might be some news that you've already heard, but maybe some parts you haven't heard, or if there's some new listeners and anybody that's never heard about these things, this is kind of like, it's gonna be a surprise for you, so I hope you guys like it.
Almost gonna make me tear up over here, man. But heck yeah, man. Thanks for that, Hose B.
Yeah, instead of Jose.
Yeah, get it? No, just kidding. But back to that. Yeah. And the third video of the week will be a vlog. We've been getting a lot of requests for doing videos of our podcast, and we were just thinking about doing vlogs or just any type of videos. We're just gonna be either taking nature walks. We go hiking throughout our area a lot, and we tend to come up with a lot of ideas for our podcast there, and we talk about a lot of things out there, and we just decided to take a vlog throughout our hiking trail just to show you what we do and what we talk about. It's just we got some pretty nice scenic places around here too, so that would be a really nice view on our videos. So we're still going to be sticking to the podcast for the America's Most Haunted Road Trip edition and also our topic, but for the vlog it will be strictly video too, and that just the vlogs, it'll be vlog/videos, if we have any crazy ideas. And tonight, because we're filming all of these literally back to back to back, you know what I'm saying, our vlog or video is going to be really, 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 really great for you guys. And you guys are going to really like it, and I'm not even kidding. You guys are going to like it so much. And Jose, great thinking on wearing that cross necklace, man. We're going to need that.
Oh, we got some... Oh, never mind.
I got to get some, my sage is out there. I'm gonna have to bring that in here. Not trying to poke fun at any religions or cultures, but this is that kind of episode.
This is kind of a touchy topic.
Yeah, this is, especially if you're of Native American descent. Although Jose and I aren't Navajo, but there are some stories that escalate up here that are similar to this very popular Navajo story that I will be talking about right after Jose. Is Jose, dude, okay, you're doing my favorite topic. Like, honestly, you're doing like my favorite, I tried to sound creepy in the beginning, but this is just like a me to you type of thing right here.
Yeah.
But dude, I love the Windigo, okay? That's really what I love. And I'm not saying like, oh my god, I want to go out there at, winter time and become one, like, I mean, that'd be kind of cool, but I'm actually writing a book on the Windigo, and if y'all want to hear some of that later, definitely. Wow. I don't know, I think I've told you a couple bits of it in Regina, but
oh yeah,
I'm really sure.
Yeah.
But if you guys wanna, heck yeah, I'll tell you guys if you guys want to know, maybe in the next video or something. But definitely give this a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment for some more on that too. So but I'm actually really excited for this because I've done my research on the Windigo, but that was just like so long ago, and I just come back with bits and pieces, and whatever I need for my book, I just go on the internet, and like some of it starts to come back, it's kind of like the pieces, but there's still some pieces missing, so it's gonna be kind of interesting to see if you got any new facts that I've never heard of, or any of us, especially that are Ojibwa. What is that? Ojibwa, Potawatomi, Odawa. The northern tribes are definitely, from my knowledge, are the ones most likely to have stories of encounters from the Windigo, or know someone who has been turned into one, or what of that. I think my grandma, Grandma Bridget, if you're listening to this, what's up, dude? How you guys doing, man?
Hey, auntie.
But I think she was telling me, or even Graham, dude, she was telling me one story about a Windigo or something like that up there. It might have been Graham, I'm not sure, but I can't really remember, but I remember asking her about it, and she's like, yeah, I believe in that or something. I can't remember, but I know we were on that subject, but I've always been fascinated because I won't lie, I'm actually fascinated with cannibalism. Like, I wouldn't do it, I won't practice it, like, that's disgusting, but it's just what goes through their minds when they, commit like such a crime, such a taboo act. That really is what drives through my mind, is just like, I love learning the minds of others. That's why I love learning about serial killers, like ghosts, like cannibalisms, people who do such like heinous acts, I just want to think, like, what were you thinking? How could you feel like that? Or how could you do it, I think that's really where my psychology thing kind of comes in, why I'm really super interested in it, you know what I'm saying? So, enough of me rambling on, dude. I want to learn more about the Wendigo. Maybe some facts will come back in. I can jot some, you know, some things from my book, dude. So. Just kidding. He's like a little snake over here, the cobra, because you were like, oh, waveling. What the waveling? I guess. You were like waving back and forth like a cobra would. Yeah. You know, cobras actually dance like that so they can mimic the sound. That's a defense mechanism.
Nice.
I'm totally kidding. I have no idea. I think it's something like that. I bet everyone here is like, oh, I thought that was real. Just kidding. You're gonna be like, you asshole. Just kidding. I do that sometimes, guys. If I'm just kidding at something, like, I'll say just kidding. But if I'm serious, I'll just be like, a mute. I'll be like a Link. For all those Zelda fans out there. Yeah, Jose, can you tell us some facts about the Wendigo?
I certainly would.
Heedly deedly. Just kidding.
Well, the Wendigo is a creature that can be found in legends of all the Native American tribes, like you said, like most of them. The Wendigo's legend is mostly among the Algonquin people. Also is it the Iroquois?
Iroquois, yeah.
Yeah.
And sorry if I cough a lot and grunt a lot. I'm starting to get that seasonal cold thing. I got bronchitis.
Amongst these two tribes, a creature known as the Stone-Coat Bears were pretty similar to the Wendigo. The Wendigo actually, in another translation, was actually made by a German explorer around 1860. It is said that the Wendigo had an insatiable hunger for human flesh. No matter how much flesh it was to consume, it would just have a forever hunger, and it will not stop being hungry.
Dude,
basically.
that's why my fascination with the Wendigo is such a huge thing, because of that, dude. That's the definition of a monster. You're so forever hungry that nothing can satisfy you, and so that's why you just kill, you know? Like, you feel full, but you're not satisfied.
It's just continuous. You know, that's all that just runs through you. This hunger is actually is reflected in their appearance, which according to some is extremely thin. The body structure. And despite their physique, they are described as some giants measuring to about 14 feet. That's pretty big. That's the almost.
That's the railroad coming here from town. Remember?
Oh,
that's 14 feet. Because to let the semis go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So imagine it that tall, dude.
Wow. Yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. You know, that's taller than a grizzly. Because grizzly's about...
Was that 13? Oh, 12?
12 foot, maybe? I think 10, 12 feet.
Yeah.
Not right off the top of my head, I know that right now, but...
Or maybe 50 feet?
Somewhere, yeah, 50. But, the physical description of this creature amongst the different Algonquin people generally agreed that when they seen the Wendigo, they seen him, and what they seen was like glowing eyes. Others depicted him having long yellow fangs and long tongue. So that is pretty monstrous. Like, I just pictured that. You know, it's pretty freaky. I wouldn't want to come across something like that.
It kind of reminds me of for any Zelda fans out there, on Zelda Twilight Princess, the mini boss in the Gerudo Desert. It's like the spirit temple. What I refer to it as a spirit temple, but it's like the desert temple or sand temple. You know, that's where you get that's actually my favorite one. My favorite temple. I forgot what his name was. It's that the big boss was a skeleton. It was a skeleton of like a demon dog or a demon hound. And, oh, that's where you get the spinner. There you go, the spinner, so you can climb up walls and stuff. That have the grinds or the gears, but the mini boss is like a big reaper looking thing with like a ram's head, and it looks like that. It has like a big ass like sword, like Ichigo from Bleach. I'm just a big nerd over here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I disappoint some people, but I'm proud of it. Yeah, it's kind of like that. And he's got dude, my favorite temple. Like what? That's on my top 5 favorite Zelda temples, man. Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, that's what I kind of pictured the Wendigo as. So if any of you Twilight Princess fans are playing it right now, then give this a thumbs up, because we're Zelda lovers over here at Lycos. Hell yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Alright, but anyways, instead of going on a nerdgasm rant, we're back to Jose the Cobra Lopez.
The Windigo was said to also have sallow and yellowish skin. Through others say that they are matted with hair or have decaying skin.
Dude, that's like, oh my god, dude, why does that sound beautiful, man?
It sounds appetizing.
It sounds great, man. It makes me hungry, dude.
And that
makes me hungry for some human flesh.
So cannibals eating cannibals.
I mean, just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so I have one question, alright? This is kind of like on the same thing. It's same thing about cannibalism. So there are some tribes out there still that are even undiscovered, you know, and they're cannibalistic tribes. Wouldn't you think that they would eat each other? And just like, how are they tribes? Like, that's my question. Like, how are they just like, okay, let's be cannibals but not eat each other? Like, maybe they doing like certain sacrifices or something, but isn't that, I think that's just weird. I just don't know how it works. I mean, but if you have any information on that, I would definitely love to know. Like us on our Facebook page at Lycos Radio and shoot us an email. But let's get back to the story. Sorry to keep just railroading off of this thing, you know.
It is also said in other legends of the Windigo that they were once human beings. Windigo was formed whenever a human being resorted to cannibalism, even if it were done in order to survive.
I heard that turning into a Windigo, it's usually hunters getting lost in the woods in winter. They have to resort to cannibalism. And then so the spirit, the wood spirit then possesses that spirit, and they're forever hungry because of their greedy act. That's what I recall from some things that I read. So.
And there's a do that when a person consumes the flesh of another human being, he or she is believed to be overcome by evil spirits and transformed into the Windigo. But there's so many other different sort of, you know what I mean, parts or takes on it.
Right, did you know that Wendigos can actually possess people?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, dude. That's actually in my book, The Monster Within. You heard it here, folks, dude. The Monster Within. This is gonna be my book coming out.
You guys gotta remember.
If there's a book called that, then I just gotta find a different name. But I've just been calling it The Monster Within. It's official, yet it's not, because I'm still in the process. But yeah, hopefully I want to get by next year. I want to get it published, so it'll be written and be published, and we'll even do some giveaways for the fans. So 2018 is going to be a great year, so keep an eye on Monster Within, which is going to be about Native American. It's going to have Native American cultural and traditional things, what I've learned and been taught or was told, and it's just going to be based off of real people. Like, there'll be a part of them characters that are going to be like, oh, that sounds like this person, or that sounds like so and so, you know. It's going to be that kind of book. It's going to be based around here too, but I'm going to do a fictional location too, but it'll be based around here. So but like I said, the main character in my book is actually going to be possessed by the spirit of one. And that's all I can say for the book itself. So it's just about a Wendigo possessing someone, and it's gonna have It's gonna be a book that's gonna just keep you entranced, because that's why I love reading, is when I'm entranced. And it's gonna scare the shit out of people. Pardon my French, I mean, but it's gonna scare a lot of people, and I want that, so.
Alright, I got a few facts on the Wendigo, actually. The Wendigo, well, like I said, and like you said, was able to possess humans. Originated as an evil spirit.
It was Cain. He's just, I think he's tired, maybe. He's just unaware of where he is.
For anybody know that the Windigo it took on a horrid form. It looked freaky, you know, when I was describing bits and pieces of it. And if you've seen pictures and depictions of this, it looks pretty freaky. If you've seen, you know, anything like that, or you know, anything remotely close to that, I think it'd scare the shit out of you. I'd be freaked out. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, dude. Like, the trail we were just walking, because, like I said in the beginning of this video, we like to go hiking a lot. We went there about maybe 2 hours. It was supposed to be sunset, so we were on that trail for a good hour when it was just about to get dark, and towards the end of that trail, I really had to use my, my light, and it was morbid looking, to be honest. You said it looked like, from Mortal Kombat, Scorpion versus Johnny Cage, and honestly to me it looked like just something from a zombie movie. Like, I don't really watch too many zombie movies, but I tried watching The Walking Dead one time. I couldn't watch it anymore because I got too paranoid. So, like, you know where I go to take out Thorn and you go to take out Cain, like that spot right there. It was in the beginning of spring, and so there was a lot of fog. And I would always look towards that opening where this house is right here, and that tree would just be standing there, and it looked like some zombies were about to come through there. And I always thought that, and I didn't want to leave my house for like 4 days. But yeah, it was really, really creepy, and just imagine being on that hike and just seeing that, you know, all of a sudden you like hear like a growl, and you hear something just scurrying across the grass and running up behind you, and just, yeah, especially in winter when it's hard to run away. That's crazy.
You have to be armed. The Windigo is also known to drive victims insane to point of possession. Which I thought was pretty. I was like, oh, dude.
So, okay, alright, man, I'm gonna give you guys just one last bit of information about my book. That's really interesting because I didn't know that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I had no idea. That's how they could possess someone. Well, the original person of the main character in my book has been possessed since birth, but he isn't awakened until something happens. He actually, when he talks to him, he talks back, like the main character talks back to the voice, and no one can hear him except for the main person. And a lot of people think he's actually schizophrenic, so that's crazy to think about, because since you said driving them insane, it's actually making him look like he's schizophrenic. So people think, like doctors, everyone thinks, and then he starts to become a weirdo. And like, not that people with disabilities is weird, but like, just like, because this town that they're in is gonna be still like kind of like where we live, like they're still kind of live in the olden days if you think about it, like in their mentality. But it's gonna be kind of like a town like that. So that was really spot on, dude. That was pretty mind blowing.
The Windigo only gets stronger by age. I don't know if you. It's another fact that I had found, which I thought was like, if you think about it, man, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, it's always gonna be there.
Dude, after this podcast, man, or after this episode, I want your notes, dude. Okay? Cause dude, this is some spot on stuff, man. I love these I love this, dude. It's just so badass. Like, dude,
yeah.
the Windigo, man. Like, or if you've ever seen.
I like your info and take on it too, because it's kind of like my side and your side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you know, it's helping you with your.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
And I've always been fascinated, like I said, and just like, I just love this topic, dude. I love that topic that you wanted to do, man. Thank you so much.
I thank you for the idea because I was kind of scrambling to see what was known down here.
And to think that we're actually I don't know if you are, but I'm actually from like 2 tribes that believe in that, and so I kind of have like a little bit of a not really much of a perspective, but know some people who do have a big perspective on that. So that's kind of like why it kind of hits close to home. I don't know. That's just but yeah, dude.
Yeah. That was just a bit of the facts that I got out of the Windigo. I actually forgot to tell you something a little bit about.
I'm scared.
Some believe that the human person who resided in the Windigo were frozen, and the only way to kill the Windigo is to kill the human within. A few legends actually also state that the frozen person is successfully rescued from the inside of the creature. In most cases, however, death is the only way to free a person from the indigo.
That's a color, Jose. And the band from Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, the Indigogos.
The Windigo.
The Wendigos.
The Wendigos.
This is for our band here at Lycos. We're a northern band, and we love winter, so we're called the Wendigogos.
Yeah, we're the Wendigogos, and we got a first show at
with our smash hit, Cannibal is not fun for you kids. No, I'm kidding, I don't know. Or wait, for our smash hit, Cannibal is not for kids. On sale, November 31st, 2018. Pre-order it now. On radio 98.7 The Flash.
Blood on Toast Records. No, yeah, that was just a little bit I forgot to mention earlier, but
that's cool, man. It's nice to have some interesting bits at the end too.
Yeah, they have like I said, they have different takes, different parts, but each of them are interesting to me, and hopefully you guys are still with us, and I'm just so stunned.
No one died during this podcast, so
I hope not.
I hope so. I hope not either. So if you died during this podcast and your spirit is listening, hopefully they got our podcast up in paradise. So Lycos Radio. You're probably like, hey man, why are those guys talking about us? We got feelings too. Alright. So yeah, that was really nice. Especially, I love learning about Native American folklore, mythology, all that kind of stuff, because it's like my favorite topic within kind of like my own culture, and
it's good to know too.
Yeah.
And the whole story behind it all.
Mm-hmm.
Like from the beginning, I didn't even, to be honest, I knew, like, I've heard of the Windigo before, and I've heard, I've seen pictures, and I've seen just bits and pieces of info, but I never really got really in depth, to really find out.
Do you like shave your eyebrows?
No. Why?
You looks like you do. You've got girl eyebrows. I just realized that you have like girl bushy eyebrows. You have like feminine male eyebrows.
No, I don't shave my eyebrows.
You heard it here, Lycos. He shaves his eyebrows.
I do not shave my eyebrows.
You don't shave. I don't know. Yeah, so talking about eyebrows,
brows of eyes.
Eye nuts.
Why not? I'd also like to thank all you guys here tonight who's tuning in. We wanted to kind of creep you guys out and kind of keep you guys intrigued and interesting.
We want to scare you guys shitless. Especially, like we said, anyone that has the graveyard shift or close to it, or just on, just taking a drive. I don't know why I said it like that. Taking a drive through like back roads or something like that, and you just want something to listen to. We'll try not to ruin it all the time with some funny stuff, but hopefully, just
kind of adds it in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an add-on. It's like a bonus.
That's what Lycos is. We just do a lot of bonus stuff, and we're gonna be doing a lot of bonus stuff for you guys. So you better, hey, 400 for this little chair over there. I can't even. I wonder how people do that, dude. That's a. Oh, dude, if you're what are those people called? The bid talkers?
Oh, the bid, yeah.
Bidders? If you can talk like a bidder, how do you do it? Like,
yeah, I know.
It's just super like sonic fast.
It's really fast, dude.
Yeah, they're like, I can't even mumble that fast.
You'd probably be rapping out there.
I sound like a goat. Alright, man. You got anything else?
That's about it.
That's awesome, dude. I've definitely learned some things, so.
Like I said, man, it was definitely well worth the time of, you know, learning about a new topic, because I wanted to, you know, like, hey, you know, try these out. I definitely learned a lot, and I hope you guys did too, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. So
yeah, that was nice, dude. I thoroughly enjoyed that. That hurt my knuckle. Alright, dude, we're gonna take a little break because we've been talking your ears off for about maybe 30-35 minutes, so just wait for the next topic because you're gonna be super entranced like I was reading about this. But if you do not want to listen to this, because this is gonna be a really sensitive topic, especially especially to people that believe in these supernatural beings, and I have deep respect for anyone who believes in this 100% and fears this for good reason, you can turn the half of this episode off. That's totally fine. We totally understand here at Lycos, being cultural and having a little bit of spiritual insight. We understand deeply, and it's just like with anything religion. Either if anything goes against your religious beliefs or anything, then you don't have to listen. That's totally fine. You can wait for the next episode. But we'll try not to do any of that, but just the topics that we do, or the topics that we will do, it might hit a soft spot for your culture or religion, or your spirituality. So if you'd like to just turn off the episode during these things, then that's just totally fine here at Lycos. But the next topic we're going to be getting into, and I'm sorry for the dog whining, he's just a little dude right now. He's about to go outside, he's getting all excited, he's like, hell yeah! But the next topic is actually gonna be on skinwalkers. So we're back here at Lycos, and we hope you guys are still listening. Like I said, if you are sensitive to this subject, you can turn away. We don't blame you, and we respect what your decision is. So let's get on to this. So for our protection, because I do believe in this, even though it's like a 50-50 thing, but at the same time I don't want it to be proved to me, because I'm just gonna tell you why, and for good reason. You're gonna agree too, you too, Jose. So yeah, so I do believe in this, so instead of calling it a skinwalker, I'm just gonna say an SW. So think of a skinwalker as SW. So that's just for our protection here. So you know it, because it is to be believed that just saying the name could attract it. So we're just gonna be in our protection over here at Lycos. So you're probably wondering what's an SW. You know, what do you usually think when you think of what that is?
I'd have to say like probably like kind of like shapeshifter or something.
Yeah, that's
something along the lines of.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it is. You know, it's a person with the ability to transform into any kind of animal at will. Typically if it possesses the skin, and that's a really common folklore among especially the Navajo people, because this is where it truly originated from, was I believe like alongside with the Navajo would be like the Hopi and like the Pueblo and just the Indians, like, or the natives around like that desert area. But like down there, SWs are seen throughout the entire United States, even Canada, maybe even Mexico. Any indigenous tribes, I believe there is at least one tale of an SW. So the most popular creature you would usually associate with an SW is what, like a coyote, a wolf, but also foxes, eagles, owls, crows can be SWs. And here on our reservation, it's believed that foxes are death omens. So that could be why, because it could be believed to be an SW. I never really asked anyone, but that's what I know. But I don't believe it as a death omen because I've seen foxes a lot and they're cute and I really want one as a pet, so I don't really believe in that. So but eagles is a really big one because up here eagles is like the messenger between the spirits and our world, you know. That's really what I was brought up to believe. And so when I heard that, I was like, dang. And yeah, a lot like humans, however, SWs do kill, but also like humans, they usually need like a motive too. So say they want to get revenge, or they want to get or to show their power, to see it, you know, to tell people, hey, I'm more powerful than you and you better back off, kind of thing, you know. So that'll usually motivate them to commit such an act. What I thought was pretty interesting was how the SWs originated from. And in this lore, it is said that non-SWs were not allowed to take part in or see the ritual of becoming one. So the creation in these stories are shrouded in a lot of mystery because of that. And it's not like an SW is going to come up to someone and be like, hey, what's up, I'm an SW, you want to go back to my place, you know? A famous belief is actually how to become one, and this is pretty interesting because it's just like, it's so morbid, you know? Well, it's not really like too morbid, but it kind of is in a way. If a person wants to be one, then they must kill a family member, like particularly a brother or a sister, you know, that close to of kin. Since no one can view the ceremonies, though, there is really not too much information on this. But this is something that does circulate through the air. SWs are usually described as heinous, malicious, and downright evil, although there are some stories that would say otherwise, and this one got me. Dude, this is gonna freak you out. So there are reports that skinwalkers will often run alongside cars in their animal form and match the car's speed. If the driver tries to accelerate, so will the SW. Did I say the real word? Okay. I felt like I did. I'm sorry. But they don't hurt you or try to swerve you off the car or anything. They'll just get bored and run off into the woods like a dog, you know. So they're more playful, just like your average dog, you know. Even though I definitely wouldn't want to run into one in the woods, so, but at least it doesn't hurt you. At least as far as that story went.
Right.
I did come across some information that told what SWs will likely do, and these are less common actions, but there are stories of SWs that actually stalk the outside of your house when you're not home, or when you're home alone. Even though this may be creepy, they don't actually go into the house, but just the thought of something stalking you, especially if they're after you, just the thought of that, you know, that being stalking you. That kind of reminds me of the Night Stalker back in episode 2, the serial killers,
yeah.
How he would do that. The original Night Stalker, actually both of them, but the original Night Stalker never got caught. So, there is a few accounts of SWs using their using their powers to cause harm. And this includes making curses with the, this is going to be interesting because, remember what I told you, that my mom always told me? To always flush your hair when you're at anyone's house, and never leave it in their brush because, they could put a curse on you or something. SWs can actually put curses on people using their hair or even clothing of the victim. And so my mom kind of had like she kind of knew something, like kind of in that in that area, and that's really interesting because, you know, I'm Potawatomi and they're Navajo, and we're on, you know, each other's side of the United States. So there's got to be something out there, you know, like scientists haven't discovered everything. And that's the crazy part, is there's something out there, and there's a lot of similarities between a lot of tribes.
Yeah.
And so you gotta believe that there's gotta be there's a lot of things that go bump in the night, per se.
That's great. It's kind of makes you think when you say that. Things that go bump in the night. Just sounds like like fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I always do, even at your guys' house, because you guys get a lot of traffic. I never try to brush my hair, and if I brush my hair, if I used a brush last, I always took out all the hair and either flushed it or buried it somewhere, I don't know, in the dirt, sacrificing the hair to the grass gods. Just kidding. But yeah, I even did that, and I used to do that when I even lived with my mom and my little brother. But that's just something I've always done because of that. And my mom even told me, she said something about cutting your hair on a full moon and then burning it or something like that. I don't know. There's actually a Navajo tradition where the people never sweep or comb their hair at night because of the fear that SW would just get a hold of it. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. Even though SWs are seen as like these monsters, you know, there's some stories that follow that aren't too fatal, you know, like if you think SW, you're like, oh, you're gonna be like they're cannibals, or they're gonna rip you limb from limb or whatever that is. But that's not really the case here. Especially when they do their curses, those aren't fatal. Usually slow onset pain or hallucinations happen. Common solution is just taking a trip to the medicine man. Another thing I thought was interesting is the Navajo don't really talk to the neighbors or about their neighbors, because they just have this huge fear about SWs that their neighbor could be one. Like, dude, that'd be insane. Like, imagine your neighbors, you never know they could have been SWs. They're just so, that's what I find interesting with the Navajo people, is that they're just so feared by this creature that they'll go to great lengths to not even talk about each other because of this fear. I'm pretty sure there people are that do that because they're just like, oh, well, have it come get me or something like that, you know, they just don't care. But there are some people that just take it to great lengths and just are strictly like, but will stray away from the, you know, even talking about it. That's why I respect Navajo people, is because like just the fear from this, the fear for this creature is just, it makes them do things that would try not to kind of summon this thing, and so they'll stray away from these things that we normally do, like up here, but they won't do, you know. And that's just like where my respect from this, because they take it so seriously that it's no joke. It's literally no joke. I remember watching videos on it and everything, and if you even asked elders about them, like some would describe, like tell you stories and stuff, but others would just deny it, you know, because they were just so, this animal was just so revered among these people, you know. So a popular thing with SWs in Navajo is if they see something crazy or something weird, they'll shoot it and they'll watch for it in the morning, see if it was, you know, someone they knew or someone they see in the town. So I found this excerpt from an article I got the information from, and it's from, quote, "From werewolf to Hogan, the Navajo experience as seen through a white perspective," unquote. And it says, dogs can always tell if a skinwalker is about. If a person who is being stalked by an angry skinwalker has dogs, the dogs will bark whenever the skinwalker gets near the Hogan. That's like their homes, I believe. And many SWs, did I say SW or the full?
He just said SW.
Okay, I feel like. Okay, well if I did it, I'm sorry again. Many SWs look like dogs in their predator forms, but they run differently. Brian and Regina, if you're listening to this, dude, I remember, Brian especially, I remember what you telling me about that one thing. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want to say it, you know, because it's nighttime when we're talking about this, and I know we probably shouldn't be talking about SWs at night, but that's why I'm trying to not just say the full word. But it's like that. This just reminded me of what that one thing you told me about that turkey, dude. Like I said, so they look like dogs when they're wearing the skin, but they run different, and their running has been described as a sideways stride of a great dog, but that has human legs folded up inside it. Like that's like Thorny, but pretend there's a human leg inside her thing, but folded up. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting.
Sucks when you have to picture things and people saying.
Yeah, I know, dude. That's what got me when I got that, dude. So yeah. I always had questions about SWs growing up, and people told me a lot of different things. I remember this, and you'll know if an SW is after you. Like, you'll know. Like, that's just downright, if it makes itself known to you, or this is what I've been taught, if it makes itself known to you, that's who they're after. So don't go looking for SWs, they come looking for you. It's a pretty bad motto, but you know what? Here at Like Us, where facts and fiction have no boundaries. Like I said, if I've told you this, but if you guys didn't know this, I respect everything. You know, even if I meet you, you automatically have my respect until you do something where you lose it. But I definitely respect nature and anything that comes from nature. I'm just one of them people. No, I'm not really like recycling. Yeah, you know, I could do that, but it's just like the world around me. I do respect, you know. So that's why I was really moved by the Dakota Access Pipeline. Just like, you know, because of the whole water is life, and just but I'm just I'm a big nature person. Like, I respect everything, and even the evil things, but until they test me, that's when they just lose my respect, you know. And I'll actually tell you a little ghost story about how something like that happened. But so SWs I actually respect, because these beings come from somewhere spiritually, and they're so powerful, you know. And it's something that you don't want to mess with, you know. Like, would you go up to a skinwalker? Would you go up to an SW and just like slap it in the face? Like, no, dude. But I automatically just respect them, you know. Like, I respect the Windigo, I respect Bigfoot or Sasquatch, which I 50-50 believe in, and I'll explain to that when we do our Bigfoot episode. But I just respect anything, and just, you know, I'm just that type of person. I don't know, it's just, I've always lived by this motto. How can you expect respect if you don't give it? And a lot of people are like, I don't respect anyone if they respect me. Like, how are you automatically just gonna get respect? Like, I know I just said that, but you know, you can also lose it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really just, you can't really get it, you know. I mean, there's a lot of people out there like me, but I'm just like, I don't know. I guess I'm just like at a neutral place with some people, where it's like I don't fully respect you, but I do just as meeting you, you know. So, but a few interesting things that I found that were pretty terrifying. And I hope you find them terrifying, Jose, because you look like you're about to fall asleep over there.
Oh, I'm just intrigued.
Yeah? Okay. So, 5. I actually have 5 facts. We can start off with number 5. If you accidentally lock eyes with an SW, they can absorb themselves into your body and take control of your actions. So that's another thing, just like the Wendigo.
Possession.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Anything that, any sort of possession or anything, just, oh man.
Yeah.
That's all I could say, is like...
Reagan. Oh, dude.
Dude. I don't know, I never really, it's not like, it's kind of creepy, man.
Yeah.
You gotta, be honest, it's creepy, dude. Oh, dude.
Number 4. In the Navajo language, the word SW is... If you're Navajo, and I'm not saying this wrong, or I'm not saying this right, please forgive me, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna try and pronounce this as closely as I can. Ye Naaglashi? I don't know. Usually, like, in the Potawatomi language, if there's, like, 2 same letters, next to each other, they're pronounced like a different way. Like, say there's like 2 A's, like it would be pronounced like A-ah or A or something like that. I don't know if that's like the same as a Navajo. Actually, I think that it's in Potawatomi. Miss Phillips, if you're watching this, I paid attention, or I meant listening. Miss Phillips, if you're listening to this, I paid attention, but some of it got kind of lost. So yeah, I'll spell it out. It's a YEENAAGLOSHII. So, however you say that. And translates to, quote, he who walks on all fours, unquote. So, it's just like how, the Algonquin, I believe the Algonquin, or the natives in Washington or something like that, gave Bigfoot his name. No, actually, I take that back. You know how Sasquatch got his name? It's actually it's a root. It's actually supposed to be a native word. It's like Sasquatchewi or something like that. Something similar to that. But white man back then, and I'm referring to like past languages. Like this isn't how I talk. Like I don't know how to really say like races, to be honest. Like Caucasians, white Americans. I don't know. But the white men back then, they mispronounced it and said Sasquatch. They're like, oh, Sasquatch? So that's how the origin of the word actually started. It's based off of Native American word for actually meaning wild man.
I never knew that.
So yeah, I was listening to a Bigfoot podcast while I was cleaning. Yeah. Dude, I have the Survivor Bigfoot episodes. Survivor Man Bigfoot.
Oh dude, I'm gonna check them out.
Heck yeah, dude. So number 3, the fact number 3 is, while they can take many forms, many people who see them today describe them as hollowed out dog-like animals. So just imagine like the skin of a dog. Just like hollowed out, like how you would do a deer. Okay, number 2, SWs are said to recruit more SWs themselves. There is some dispute in how this happens, but some say there is an official ceremony and that SWs only take their form with a gathering of people in specific chants. I'm not about sacrificing animals, but I will sacrifice his booty. Just kidding. He's like, I'm gonna swear on this next one, but I just watched Horrible Bosses, and he's all like, what were you doing when this murder happened? It's like, I was making love. Yeah. Murdering some ass. Dude, that's like one of my favorite movies, dude. Dude, that cop, the way that cop looked at him, the older one, he's all like and then number 1, this was a crazy one because this is like an ancient way to like get rid of like any demonic force or entity or anything like that is by this. Number 1 is, with all of their advantages, it is said that you can kill an SW if you call them by their true human name. And it has to be their human name.
First you gotta figure out who it is though.
Yeah. So that's a tricky, that'd be an awesome book, dude. I remember watching Skinwalkers with Adam Beach. I remember bits and pieces of it. So if you've ever seen Skinwalkers with Adam Beach, that's a pretty good movie. If not, go check that out.
I think there's a series or on Netflix.
Yeah.
Navajo Skinwalker or the Navajo SWs. It's a series on Netflix, like a season. I don't know how many seasons, but I think I remember starting it and it was pretty good as far as I got.
That's good.
Probably,
that's cool, man.
You get to kind of see, that side too. It's pretty cool.
Dude, that movie I was telling you about, The Monster Project, it features the SW, a werewolf, and I think it was a witch, real life witch, or a vampire. There we go. And I was just so intrigued because it was pretty cool sounding. So yeah, that's what I got on SWs, and the reason why I just really like SWs is my same fascination with werewolves and any shapeshifters in general. Honestly, if I could shapeshift, I would turn into a dragon. I would make dragons become known. I would just love dragons, or even just like a lichen. Dude, I would, from Underworld.
That's what mine would be. Mine would be a werewolf from probably like Van Helsing.
Yeah, I'd have to look like William from Underworld Evolution. He's a badass looking one. But the origin of our name, I know we said this in our beginning, our very first one, but I accidentally messed that up. I was listening to a werewolf podcast, and this is where the name Lycos actually came from. Back in the Greek mythology, there was an Arcadian king named Lycaon, and Zeus was coming to visit, I believe, because Lycaon and him were either settling some sort of debt or they were friends, and Lycaon thought it would have been funny to serve Zeus some human flesh, and so he cut up one of his servants or a slave or something and tried to feed it to Zeus, and I think he made like some sort of like maybe pie or like a soup or something, and Zeus knew it, and so he turned around and was to Lycaon, if you want to be a monster, a savage, just downright heinous animal, then I'll turn you into one. And this was when wolves were one of the most feared animals throughout entire Europe, Russia, everywhere, to be honest. Especially in the Europe, like the Greek and Roman, era. He turned Lycaon into a wolf, and so the Latin word for wolf is actually Lycos. So Lycos means wolf.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So our podcast is a Latin word, Lycos Radio, and since we love wolves over here, especially werewolves and stuff, and just anything wolf, that's why I thought it would suit us. And wolves are kind of like that, like there's such a well revered and feared animal, just like the SWs, that I just thought it would be cool to turn into one, and it would be really cool. And if you like anime, or anyone out there that likes anime, Wolf's Rain is a badass anime, dude. Wolf's Rain is just, even if you're not into anime, dude, Wolf's Rain is a good anime. I can even see you watching it, dude. Hell yeah, man. If you want a little insight about Wolf's Rain, dude, it's about it's like set into the future, but it's like an apocalyptic type of future. And this is when wolves were the most feared animals, but now they're supposed to be extinct because they were killed off. It turns out there are people that these wolves are still alive, and there's people that transform into them, but they hide in their human form during the day, but at night they can transform. But they can transform during any time. So yeah, they just try to hide among the officials and townspeople, and they're just so feared, But yeah, Wolf's Rain is a really good anime.
You showed me that one. I thought that one was pretty cool.
I think I should just showed you Bleach, and I think I just showed you Bleach.
There was a Death Note, Bleach. And
Death Note and Bleach.
And then he had white hair with like a red robe.
Oh, Inuyasha?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my favorite one, my favorite anime. That's the one that got me inspired for Japan, dude. I was just always interested with the SWs because of it's like that, you know, it was like werewolves. It reminded me of werewolves. That's why I loved it. And they're just so fascinating because they're these powerful beings, like I said over and over, you know, they're just these powerful beings where you don't want to mess with them or anything. And yeah, and I don't know, it's just being Native American, I kind of feel like a connection between the two, you know, just like how I feel a connection between the Wendigo, because there's something like that believed up here, but I've never really been told what it was exactly. I've just been told not to let anyone touch my hair or anything like that. So that's all I have on SWs. You got anything else, B? Alright, man. So we hope you enjoyed this podcast. That was a pretty awesome job, man. Proud of you, dude.
You guys definitely enjoy. Hey, man, I definitely learned quite a bit on SWs.
Dude, me too, man. I'm scared. I'm scared now. You ain't going home until Monday.
Pretty scared, man.
Just kidding.
So I'm gonna have to. So you know, I'll be sitting up tonight. Thanks.
Yeah. So our social media links will be down below, but for Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, those are all Lycos Radio. iTunes is Lycos Podcast. You can also find us on SoundCloud and Podomatic. Those links will be in the description as always. But
if you guys have also too, if you guys have any requests or any sort of anything you guys want, we're up for that. We're them kind of people. We love, you know, a new challenge, and
nice, dude.
We definitely would like to. That make us happy. We just want to make you happy, and if you guys are happy, we're happy, you know.
I almost forgot about that, but I didn't, because I was like, dude, there's something I'm forgetting. Right. But yeah, like I said, we're Lycos. We're fact and fiction, have no boundaries. And
hope you guys stay tuned for our next episode, and we'll definitely. Well, it'll be a surprise because you guys don't know what the next one is yet. Yeah. And
it's gonna be something creepy and scary. So.
Stay tuned, you guys. Hope you love it.
And also, like I said, be prepared for 3 videos every week. I promise you, 3 videos every single week. I can't go back on my promise now. So, I swore over my mom. So, Mom, if you're somehow listening to this on the other side, I'm doing 3 videos every single week. And this is my dedication right here. Here for you, Lycos. I'm gonna put in blood, sweat, and tears to this. Jose is gonna put blood, sweat, and nuggets into this.
Chicken.
Yeah, chicken nuggets. 120 chicken nugget challenge.
I don't think I can Stoney that.
Dude.
If you don't know who Stoney is, I'm talking about Matt Stoney. He's like
my future boyfriend. So Matt Stoney, if you're listening to this, I'm about to smash on that. Get it, dude. That's like a pun, dude. Get it?
He's about to smash on that.
Oh. And what if he was like smooth? So my email is. Just kidding.
So yeah, you can contact my cousin at.
Yeah. So just be prepared for our American Most Haunted Road Trip Edition, our topic, and then our vlog every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If I have to delay an episode, I will let you know on social media, and I'll let you know, Jose, on Facebook. But yeah, you guys are. Hopefully, you guys can keep me on my toes. But like I said, my dedication to this, and I want to make everyone proud and my mom proud, and so yeah, this is my dedication to Lycos right here.
We want to thank all you guys for sticking with us this long, and you know we're still getting to the top, and you know for you guys to be here and supporting us, this means a lot.
Yeah, and we, like I said, we appreciate you, or like Jose said, we appreciate you a lot, and we hope you know it, and we will be doing something for you guys in the futures. But yeah, stay tuned, and this is Lycos, and we're signing off.